right, so my name is Noah Dodd, and I'm the Vice President of Finance for the Sweetwater chapter.
My name is Brody Gibson, and I'm the chapter president here in Sweetwater.
I'm Victoria Palacios, and I'm the Vice President of Competition for our chapter.
And I'm James Hefner. I'm the Vice President of Career Development for the Sweetwater DECA chapter.
Yeah, so we're here to tell you a little bit more about DECA, what we're doing here at Sweetwater, and how we're making our impact.
So just to kind of put it simply, DECA is it's an international competition that students from all over the country and a few other countries can compete in. And so it's an organization that prepares emerging leaders in the careers of finance, marketing, hospitality, and entrepreneurship. And for us, we have 3 levels of competition. Like Jeremy said, we started a district that was January 17th, 2024, and we went on a state, and that was February 15th through 17th down in Houston. And then we have our international competition, which is going to be in Anaheim from April 27th through the 30th. So we're a part of Texas DECA. Each state has its own organization. Ours is obviously Texas DECA. And then there's a few other countries that go in that fall underneath the DECA Incorporated. And so our state of Texas has over 19,000 members, and there are over 280 chapters. And it's by far the largest organization in DECA Incorporated. And so we compete at the international conference with obviously all 50 states of America, and then countries such as China, Canada, Germany, Spain, Poland, Puerto Rico, Italy, and much more.
So a bit more about the competitions that we have at DECA. So with our competitions, there are 2 main events. The first is written events. So these are events where we will write a 10 to 20 page paper before the event, and then at competition, we give a presentation about what we wrote our paper about. So these are usually either projects or business plans for that you present to a judge at our competitions, and that's what we compete with. Some of the written events have tests, but most of them, it's just the paper and the presentation. Now the role plays, before the event, they have a test that they take leading up to competition, and at competition, our students are given a scenario of that they have to either come up with an idea or solve a problem that like a hypothetical business is facing, and then they present their ideas to a judge. So those are basically the 2 main things that our students are competing in DECA.
And these tests can range from marketing information to business management to administration to finance. There's a lot of tests that students can take that can help fit what they're looking forward to going into in college. And so just a couple pictures from our state conference. On the far left, you'll see that's where our conference center, where we had, everyone met together and got to hear the opening ceremony, what's happening. And at the top is how many we took this year to our state competition, including some of our groups here who are presenting, and one right there who also advanced.
So state finals. So during competition, competitors are put into different sections based on their event. So an event will have so many sections depending on how many competitors there are total. Like some will have 50 teams, and some will have up to 80 teams depending on it. And so at the award ceremony, so state finalists, you have to be in the top percentage of each section to make it to a state finalist. So during the award ceremony, you will get a little medal, and your name is called out. And when you get on stage, half of the people that make it on stage will actually get to compete at the international competition. So it's, especially for Texas DECA, since we are so competitive, it is very high achievement to get on stage.
So I don't know if you remember, a couple of months ago in January, I was actually fortunate enough to come present to y'all and talk to you with my sister about what we were doing for our DECA project. And so what we did was a community giving project, and we call it the Pool Project. So a community giving project in DECA is a project where you work to raise money or funds or anything of value that you can give back to your community. And so there was my group and another group that actually competed in that event. But like I said, we work to raise money for the city pool. There we go. And so a little bit about what we did. Our project kind of first began whenever we met with Mr. Hopple, who's the director of the city pool of Sweetwater. That was back in October of 2023. And what we came up with is that we wanted to raise money for the pool, and he gave us this wish list of items that he wanted installed at the pool that he wasn't able to purchase and that he didn't currently have. And so for us to actually execute this project, we had to go present to City Council and get approved so that we could donate these funds as we were working directly with a municipality of the city of Sweetwater. And then after that, we were able to go present, or not present, but we were a part of the 8 o'clock show on KXOX, if any of you were listening. And what we were able to do is we were able to describe our project to whoever was listening, what exactly it was that we were doing, and kind of give people a little bit more information about ourselves. And so for us to raise the money, we decided on 2 ways. A 50-50 raffle and then donations from companies around our city. So at the 50-50 raffle, we held it on January 19th, and we were able to raise just over $850, which was far past what we had hoped for. We had hoped to raise $250. We ended up raising nearly $860. And then the other way that we raised our money was from donations from companies. I know that Gil and Family RV donated. There was a bunch of other people in here that donated and helped us with our project. And so in total, we've raised just over $3,200, and we passed our goal that was originally $2,500.
Very good.
All right, so one of the next community giving projects is a partnership between Sweetwater DECA and the Sweetwater House of Peace. So this was by Mason Yang, Elijah Bach, and Genoa Person. So they held a 2-part fundraiser. There we go. They held a 2-part fundraiser. The first step was to have a canned food drive for the school. They encourage all the classes to bring cans with incentives like a homework pass, and they work with the administration to help organize that. And then next was a dodgeball tournament at the end of the first semester of school. This was really popular for the students. We had a lot of people come watch, and there was an entrance fee for each team and each visitor, as well as a concession stand. So they raised an estimated total of $839 for the Sweetwater House of Peace. This is mainly through a lot of canned food. They raised a monetary value of about $271. And then for the dodgeball tournament, they received $360 from teams and $208 from the concession stand. So they did a really good job of organizing this project for the school and helping improve an aspect of Sweetwater that they wanted to see added to.
So our final state finalist this year was a group of Brady Kilgore and Javier Molina, which they did a integrated marketing campaign product, which is basically that they had to create a marketing campaign for a product. And their product was an app. I know you might want to pronounce it Tux Ducks, but it's actually pronounced To Do, which is a to-do list app, as the name suggests. If it'll go. So with this event, it is technically a hypothetical marketing campaign, but they did actually reach out to this company to let them to propose this marketing campaign. And so they created this it's a small company in New York, and their main target market was focusing on students. So they had a campaign for the back to school season. College and high school students planning their school schedules and everything that has to do with that can be quite hectic if you don't have proper planning equipment. And also, if this campaign were to be actually executed, it would have consisted of reaching out to more customer relations and increasing the publicity for this small company.
Okay. All right, so here's some more pictures of the groups that finalized and some things that we've been doing around Sweetwater. So you'll see in the top left, that's Brody and Mallory after their competition, and the bottom that's Elijah Block, Mason Yang, and Genoa Person. At the top is everyone who finalized or advanced in the competition. And these two is Brody picking up a check from Texas National for the pool project, as well as us at the Georgia Pacific plant opening. That was a lot of fun to be able to help set up there. Okay.
It's going to work.
This time, there we go.
So, now we're just gonna go over our international qualifiers. So these are our, well, we only have one group, so this is our group that actually gets to compete at ICDC, and we get to represent Sweetwater on the international level. We have. So as Victoria mentioned before, at state, we are separated into different sections. So there are around 10 different groups in each section, and you have to be the top the top for the top group or the second top group to be a qualifier for the international competition. So the group that we had was us. It was the group. It was me, Victoria, and Noah. So our project was an integrated marketing campaign for the Wasp Museum, which most of y'all have probably heard of. It's a really great local business, and integrated marketing campaign service is very similar to integrated marketing campaign product, so it's very similar to Javier and Brady's project, but we were actually able to execute our campaign, and we got to do a lot of stuff around town to market the Wasp Museum. So this included things such as going to the intermediate school. So we actually got to go to all the classrooms in the intermediate school and advertise the Wasp Museum. We got a lot of kids interested in the Jolly Jamboree that we hosted. So that was another big part of our campaign, was the Jolly Jamboree. We actually managed to get quite a lot of people to attend the Jolly Jamboree. So we were able to get all these activities and things to help market the Wasp Museum and bring awareness, which is really great because it's a local business that is really unique to our history. So the fact we're going to be able to share that on the international level is just really exciting.
So yeah, here's some pictures of our events that we executed. You see the intermediate school on the left. The top was the Jolly Jamboree. We were able to actually go visit and help serve the children there. They built gingerbread houses and got to see Santa. It's a lot of fun. And this is the Christmas parade. We were able to kind of hand out flyers as people were watching the parade and candy canes to help promote the idea to do that.
So yeah, these were just some pictures we took after on the right, that's a picture of us with our trophy that we won at state. Oh, on y'all's left, sorry, my right, y'all's left. And then on y'all's right, that's a picture of us with our paper. That was right after we had finished presenting, so.
Yeah. All right, so funding. So this year we are really excited to send 10 people to the international conference. And that's a lot of people. It's double what we had last year, and it's considerably more than the last couple of years. And so with that comes a lot of extra expenses. We have 3 different levels of sponsorship, if anyone's interested in sponsoring us, helping pay for our trip. They're good. So bronze is $100. It's going to help us pay for our basic needs such as food. Silver is going to be our basic needs and also transportation for the event. We have to rent a 15-passenger van this year, which is a lot more than last year. It's going to be a lot more, especially the flight. And then gold is all this stuff, the basic needs, transportation, and also any activities we want to do there. We're in Disneyland territory, and if we get to go there, that'd be great. But if not, it's okay. We're there to compete. So if y'all are, we implore you to help sponsor our trip. It'd mean a lot. We get to represent Stillwater at an international level, and we're really excited to see what we can do with these projects. And so we're gonna have a couple takeaways from.
So part of what I think is so great about DECA is it allows us a medium to get out in our community. There's a lot of things that I would not be doing otherwise if it weren't for DECA. If I wasn't doing this project, I don't think I'd be out and about talking to business owners, raising money, working to make this community better. And so it's allowed me to learn and grow as a leader. It's allowed me to grow as a person, and it's allowed me to make connections with business owners throughout our community. And it's just taught me a lot of things that are really necessary to take to any kind of workplace that you go into. It doesn't matter if you're working at a hospital or if you're working at an accounting firm. There's a lot of skills that you're going to use at all of those places. There's people skills. You got to know how to work on a team. You got to know how to communicate. And so DECA has taught me all of these things naturally through these projects. And so I've really enjoyed it, but on top of that, it's taught me a lot of valuable things, and it's kind of helped me figure out what I want to do in life, the kind of path that I want to go down. And so through being in our community, I've really come to appreciate the way that Sweetwater is, the way that all of you are, the way that y'all are working to make this community a lot better. And it's really opened my eyes to everybody that's working really hard to make Sweetwater a better place. And so for that, I'm grateful. And DECA has allowed me a lot of opportunities, and I think that it will help me further my career down the line.
And if you appreciate what we're doing here, we just do not hesitate to talk to us. We're always available. Just if you want to help us, maybe next year if you want to help another high school group do something with your business, we can even kind of help coordinate that with new people that are joining this year. So thank you so much for listening. Any questions about what we've said so far?
We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
The future does look very bright. Thank you guys so very much and represent us well. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it.